Hi, I'm Andrea here at Park City Jewelers with the owner, Ken Whipple.
How's it going?
Today we're going to talk about dinosaur bone jewelry. This is one of the most interesting things that I've seen here at Park City Jewelers. Ken, what part of a dinosaur are you making jewelry from?
Well, what happens when the dinosaur dies, if all the conditions are right, he gets buried into the ground and the bone becomes covered with dirt. And if it's the right kind of dirt, it has a lot of silica in it from volcanoes and whatnot. And the silica seeps down inside of the bone and creates the color. About 1 in a million piece of dinosaur bone has the silica in it, and about 1 out of 100,000 of those has the color in it. So it's really super rare. Each cell here has a different color in it, and that's because of the silica that came down and turned a different color. So it's really fun stuff.
That's really cool. Tell us about this piece on the floor here.
This piece down here is a leg bone from a dinosaur. You can see around the outside how the cells are smaller and really super strong, and then the cells in the center are quite large, and that's where the bone marrow or blood would flow through it.
Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, is there a finite supply of this dinosaur bone that you can use for jewelry?
Most of the really good dinosaur bone was found on top of the ground over 100 years ago. If bone is agatized, it's really super tough, and it resists the thawing and the freezing and the water on top of the desert. The junk bone, the bone that isn't very good, it will just dissipate and fall away.
Okay. Tell me about the legality of this. Is it legal to go collect dinosaur bones?
About 20 years ago, the BLM made it illegal for anyone to pick it up off of government land. The government's kind of worried that the dinosaur will become extinct if everybody keeps picking it up.
Okay.
So all of this stuff was picked up probably around 100 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so interesting. Okay, what made you think to make jewelry out of dinosaur bone? I mean, I would see that and think it's beautiful, but what made you think to do that?
When I was a kid, my grandpa used to take me on the desert, and we'd go around with Geiger counters looking for uranium. And a lot of the dinosaur bone is radioactive. And so we'd actually find pieces of dinosaur bone, but we weren't lucky enough to find any gem quality pieces. So we'd go to gem shows, and we'd find slices of dinosaur bone, and we'd bring it home and make jewelry out of it. So when I was at the young age of about 12 years old, I started collecting slabs of dinosaur bone because I just always loved dinosaurs.
That's great. Tell us about coprolite. What is coprolite?
Coprolite is when dinosaur dung, or crap, poop gets buried in the ground the same way the other stuff does, and over millions of years it turns into rock too. So this is a piece of dinosaur poop that's been turned into a gorgeous rock. We actually make jewelry out of coprolite as well.
That's so funny.
So here we sell some real nice shit. I mean, sorry.
Can we say that on live TV?
I hope so.
Okay, that's great. You told me some stories about your grandpa seeing dinosaurs out in the desert.
When he was a kid about 100 years ago, they would be driving across the deserts of southern Utah, and you could see where the whole dinosaur was just laying there. Right where he died, his bones were there, and somebody got the bright idea to take one of them and cut them in half. And when they did that, they found out that they were agatized, and some of them had amazing colors.
That is so cool. Show us some pieces.
Well, this is my favorite piece. My grandpa and grandma got me into rocks when I was a kid. This is actually a piece I made for a jewelry design competition, and I entered it kind of just to be a smart aleck, because most of the pieces that won were big rubies, diamonds, and emeralds, and I thought a piece of dinosaur bone would freak them out. So I made this fun brooch, entered it in the contest, and the lady called me one day from the company with her French accent. "Excuse me, is Mr. Whipple there?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "You won the contest." And I've got a lot of friends in this business that are full of coprolite or crap. And so I said, "Yeah, sure I did." She says, "Well, we'll send you something in the mail." And sure enough, she did. And I won first place in the highest division. And they sent me this incredible trophy. And one of the things I got a kick out of when I got the trophy is it has a peacock on it, just like Grandma and Grandpa Peacock. So for Christmas a couple years ago, or a couple years after that, anytime my grandma come in, she would drool over this piece, so I gave it to her for Christmas. I love my grandpa and grandma. Anyway, she wore it to church every single Sunday until she died. And now I have it. So this piece is not for sale. But I love dinosaur bone. The first piece of dinosaur bone jewelry I made was a ring like this, and I gave it to my grandpa for his birthday, and it didn't fit him. So I took the ring, I put it inside of the case, and made him another one, and the ring sold immediately. So next time I made two, and then we made different styles, and that's kind of how the whole thing started. Thank you, Grandpa.
I love these pieces. Can you tell us about some of these?
Yeah, this one here is dinosaur bone on the bottom, and then freshwater pearls and citrine. And you can see each piece of the bone has a lot of different colors in it. It just depends on how it formed and where it's from. This piece here is a man's bracelet, and it's got all matching dinosaur bone in the whole piece, with a really nice safety clasp on it with a diamond in it.
I have to say, I would like a man that wore a bracelet like that.
It's pretty cool. This is a fun ladies' ring. It has pink dinosaur bone in it. We teased that it was from a female dinosaur, and then a black pearl. It's a really cool piece.
That is so unique. Wow.
Here's a piece I designed, the original too. It's a really fun pendant, and you can see the color of the bone in there is just incredible with the little diamonds in it. And we make the whole piece. We do all the casting, the diamond setting, the bone cutting, and everything. So it's a lot of fun. It's like something you won't see anywhere else. This is one of my favorite rocks. This is actually half of a vertebrae of a dinosaur. You can see on the sides, you can see on the bottom where the spinal cord went through. And again, it's so rare to find one with all the incredible colors. This one you can actually see the cell structure of the bone inside of there. This is a really rare one. This is the nicest piece I've ever seen.
That is beautiful.
Another one of my favorite pieces is, we make it either in a ring or pendants, but this piece here has a piece of dinosaur bone in it, and then I've made it with a piece of meteorite slashing down through it. Supposedly a meteor is what killed the dinosaurs, so I make it look like the meteor's falling out of the sky and killing the dinosaurs. So this piece has both. This meteor fell from South America. It's nickel and iron.
That is amazing. If somebody wanted a custom piece, like for, could you do something like that?
No problem. They can pick out their color of gold or silver. They can pick out which color of bone they want, any of the different styles. We've got most of our styles online, but I can even make something totally custom.
That's great. Okay, so last question. Who is kind of the best customer for dinosaur bone jewelry? Like if I want to give it as a gift, who is the most likely person I should give it to?
In Park City here, we get a lot of tourists that really love the earth. They love being in nature. They love going skiing, hiking, camping, looking for rock. And those are the type that usually really get a kick out of a fossil that's over 100 million years old in the ring.
That's fantastic. Okay, thank you so much for telling us about dinosaur
No problem.
bones.
Thank you.